What's up, everybody? It's Kevin here from Mobile DJ Remastered. I hope you're doing well. I'm super pumped up. I'm headed to a wedding right now. It's Anne-Marie and Mike, and essentially it's a backyard wedding. In fact, Anne-Marie is a returning client. I actually helped her do a party when she was getting married. She said, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to Kevin, and boom, here we go. So any case, I just it really highlights the point about if you do a great job, you can make customers for life, and so that's a great thing. Any case, I'm pumped up. Tonight I'm gonna have my Evolve 50 M's out. I'm gonna have my Infinity L booth. I'm gonna just set up in under a patio covering, and there's a big tent in the backyard. It's gonna be a hot one, so I brought an air mover, a fan, so that should keep me cool. And we'll see how it goes. It'll be a lot of fun. The couple wants a lot of like rock and throwback tunes, so it's gonna be a fun night playing some of those songs that don't get too much playtime in the crates. Before the event, I get to go to lunch with my family. I always love that. I try really hard to make sure we have family time, even though I might have a gig on a weekend or an event like I do tonight. But so in any case, we're gonna go to lunch and grab a bite and then catch up and everything, and then I'll head over to the venue and get set up. Okay, we're almost to the residence where the wedding will be, and it's right up the street, so not far at all. Now, something that I wanted to tell you guys that happened with this couple. So they essentially asked me to do ceremony service, and of course that's an add-on for me. Okay, that's kind of an upcharge, if you will, because ceremony is a lot of work. As you guys know, we have extra mics, we've got sometimes extra systems, we've got an extra level of planning, an extra level of stress for sure, and it's a whole service on top of the normal reception service. And they were kind of inquisitive, like, well, you're kind of like set up in the same place, you don't need another setup, so why is there an extra charge for that? They were kind of like getting into the business side of things, and I explained to them, well, it's really about the service. It's about, I'm going to be at your wedding even earlier than I normally would be for a reception. I'm actually going to try my hardest to attend a rehearsal for you guys, if you guys do a rehearsal, and I'm going to, be playing music and helping with the service, of course, on the amplification of the voices and your microphones and things like that for your efficient, your vows. And it's honestly, it's a chunk of work. So in any case, I explained that to them, and they seemed fine to just forego that part of the service. They said, okay, well, we'll just go without that part of your service, Kevin. And I'm like, great. So they booked me for a reception. In our planning meeting, they kind of they started to ask me questions like, well, can you just let us have your wireless microphone, like to do our vows, that you would have in your setup? And then they were like, can you just play a quick song for our walk-up music, and to play a quick song for a recessional? And I saw their wheels turning. They were trying to I think, leverage what I had there, that I had set up for their reception. And they were starting to leverage it, and way too far. They went way too deep, and I was telling them, well, see, this is why I have an extra service charge, because I'm going to obviously want to be set up and ready to go for your ceremony, so that's going to be extra time, etc., etc. And I reminded them of all the things we talked about before, and they understood. I think they got it, and they eventually said, well, you know what, we just want to pay for the ceremony service. So it all worked out, but I just wanted to share that little story with you guys. Make sure to explain your worth and your value and the value proposition of your different services, because we shouldn't be giving away services for free, for sure. And time is just as valuable as equipment in many cases, okay? So just thought I'd share. Yeah, look at this. This is great, the wedding shuttle. All right, we're here at the place. As you can see, a big tent, lots of chairs. I'm up here on the covered patio, and I'm getting set up right now. I'll show you guys around once I get everything kind of locked and loaded, but it'll be great. I've got a lot of space here where I can set up. I've got my speakers on either side, and that'll be great. Dance floor right here on the patio, so that's gonna be awesome. And it's a little hot, but that's okay. I got my fan going, and I'll be set up in just a few minutes. So I'm all set up here, got my booth here. I've got my mixer table right next to it so that I can go ahead and mix ceremony. And right here, got my lavaliers ready to go. And one interesting thing, with my speakers here, and I guess with this awning and such, I was getting a lot of echo, so I went ahead and put a speaker back there. So basically all of the vocals coming out of my lavs will come out of this mixer, and I just ran an XLR back there. So that'll have to do for any of the vocals, for the lavaliers, for the vowels, etc. And but everything else I'll run from the main mixer here. I'll run from my DJ 1000. I'll do music and such, and then we'll get right into this thing. But you can see I've got my wash effects, I've got my 2 speakers. This is going to be the dance floor once this little table gets out of the way, and I think we're ready to go. All right, everybody, I am dressed, as you can see. I'm in my car. I thought I'd chill out here just for a couple minutes. I got about 15 minutes till Prelude music starts, and I thought, you know what, I'm parked really kind of just right down the street, 2 houses down from the residence where the wedding is, and I thought I'm just gonna chill out in my car, call my wife, and you know, it's just nice to have a little AC on. The fan's great, but man, it's a scorcher here in Ohio. I'm looking at my car right now. It says 98. It's cooling off right now. It feels so good. Get a little AC on, and then I'm gonna go do this thing. So guys, I'm gonna have, of course, my normal footage for my gig log here, so enjoy. And if I have any epiphanies or anything big to tell you, I'll cut back in or say something at the end. But in any case, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time. All right, y'all, Prelude's going. I got my trusty air mover right there. Oh man, that thing is a lifesaver. It's making it nice and breezy around here, and then people are starting to show up, so.
supported them, you prayed for them, and you brought them to this day. So truly, thank you for being here in this special time. I pray, Lord, thank you for the very gift of life. The two of you have that today, but not as individuals any longer, but as a couple.
You end up here with me. It's the most powerful and humbling fact that I can accept.
Thank you for loving me as I am and for asking me out. Thank you for being my constant and making me feel at peace.
I'm privileged to pronounce you husband and wife. You may seal your vows with as many kisses as you like. You sure you're finished? Please turn and face your family and friends. Folks, in just a moment, Kevin the DJ will tell you what to do, but for now, let me introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Order. We have a lot of work for us.
my senses. Some have gone, some
two steps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Body, clap your hands. Come on.
Guys, so the event is finished. I loaded up my car and I'm on my way home. I know this is a low light film here. Sorry about that. Anyway, it was a pretty good event. It actually ended a little early. It's 10:35 and I'm headed home. So it ended just about 9:45 or so. I think the couple was just kind of beat from the day, and also a lot of folks had left. We were expecting some rain, like some pop-up storm that came, and we thought it was going to pour on everybody. Even though we had a tent and I was under a patio, it kind of sucked because basically the best man and the photographer wanted to move everything up, which was cool, and accelerate, but I didn't have time to like clean up all my like ceremony rig. And usually I do that like during dinner or cocktail hour or something like that. This wedding had no cocktail hour and we sped up dinner. So in any case, I had a bunch of like stuff around, and I was worried about rain coming in the sideway, so like kind of sideways under the patio. So I bunched my stuff up kind of closer to the middle of the patio, and then had to put some ceremony equipment into the living room of the guest's house, which was cool. He actually said, hey, just throw it in my living room, since I didn't have time to run it out to my car and whatnot. Any case, it went okay in terms of the logistics. I just felt like it was kind of sloppy. Boy, if I had a helper, I know a lot of DJs are, they talk about bringing a second hand. That would have been a really good time to have a second pair of hands. In any case, It went well. We had a couple moments, a couple little phases of dancing where we had the dance floor going, but then not really too much. It was pretty much a chill wedding. Everybody kind of hung out and talked, but everybody really seemed to enjoy themselves, and the couple had a blast. So I'm gonna call that a win in my books. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this gig log, and thanks a lot for tuning into my channel. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.